Hello everyone, this is my third, my third SakuraCon vlog. I think I did it, I'm pretty sure I did a vlog for like the past 2 months. I know I did one for last year. As you noticed, I got a wig. So I got a wig because I'm planning on like cosplaying some people. And my main goal actually was to set out to cosplay Chihiro Fujisaki from Danganronpa. I really liked that character, and that was the character that actually kind of got me into that show, and by extension games if I actually had a PS Vita to play and stuff. So, I mean, granted there are Let's Plays on YouTube, but I haven't really looked into those yet. But yeah. So I'm planning on cosplaying Chihiro, and not only did I get the wig, but I also commissioned a cosplay. Like there was actually someone there who was commissioning cosplays, so which was freaking fantastic for me because honestly I had no idea what I was gonna spend anything on. Because I was actually debating with myself, like whether or not to actually buy anything, like, you know, another wall scroll or something, or another DVD or something, or like not worrying about not buying too much, like in case there wasn't somebody commissioning cosplays here that I could, wait until after the con, so I could go to some place online like on Etsy. To commission a cosplay, and to be fair, that would have been cheaper. Like that would have been a bit more cost effective. But this is SakuraCon, so basically, if you have cash, anything goes. Like obviously, depending on how much cash you have, but when you have like over $100 in cash, anything goes. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how cost effective things can be, unless of course you're the ones kind of worrying about like gas and things. But I do have gas and food. That's what checking accounts are for. So, and luckily I did get some extra cash from my girlfriend's family with that one. So this was actually a fun year. This was pretty fun. I didn't go to a lot of I didn't go to any panels really. There's not much that I found interesting because this is what happens though. Because not only was I driving myself and my girlfriend, I was also driving 2 of her friends, and like one of them was staying in a hotel with a friend. So we just dropped her off at where she lived, and then went to where we were going to stay. We stayed at my girlfriend's family house. At her family's house, and then drove and parked, and then went to the con. So lots of fun cosplayers and stuff. That's the thing though. I'm the only one insured to drive, so at least with my car, at least like the family car. So it was. So it's like driving up to where my girlfriend is going to college. Driving up there, which is a 3-hour drive from here, and then driving from there to Seattle is about with a break at stopping in Ellensburg for food. That's about 4 or 5 hours, maybe closer to 3 or 4 hours. So it was daunting, needless to say, especially on Sunday when we had to do, it was after everything was over. There wasn't much looking forward to anything except home and getting back to really boring lives, and having to deal with each other for about 3 to 4 days at a time is just a daunting task, really. So by Sunday, everybody was just done. But luckily I did not. But luckily I'm filling out some on Monday because I was smart enough not to drive back here on Sunday. I was not up for another 3-hour drive. But yeah, Fun time was had. And funny story. Last year I talked about meeting somebody at the masquerade ball, and getting their phone number, and then contacting them, like the next day, and like hanging out with them at the Vic Mignogna panel, that kind of thing. The person that I contacted, like the person that I met at the masquerade ball, and the person that I contacted, met up with their friends and went to the Vic Mignogna panel. That was my current girlfriend. That was how we met. It's kind of amusing, actually, like how for the past few years, it's like every time we went to a convention, like every time we went to like a SakuraCon, something happened. Like for SakuraCon, a friend of mine met somebody who they would eventually date, and they're still dating, and then that same thing happens to me. So that's a really good year. This time technically I guess something happened, which actually quite a few things happened. One was one of the friend who was staying with myself and my girlfriend at her family's place. She's like a KomoriCon veteran, and this is like her first SakuraCon, so she was having fun with that. She was cosplaying as the Hetalia equivalent to Jeanne d'Arc, Joan of Arc. Apparently in the anime I haven't kept up with the anime because they haven't dubbed it yet. I think her name was Lisa in the anime. Could be wrong. Like that's what they kept saying Lisa, but even though I understood that it's Jeanne d'Arc. So on Saturday, I and my girlfriend cosplayed Cecil and Carlos from Night Vale. Like she got her lab coat, and got more masculine clothing, like a sort of like a button down plaid shirt. She even had her sonic screwdriver, which isn't really Night Vale related, but whatever. And then there's myself with my cosplay. Mine was more of a laid back cosplay. Like I didn't do the thing like at AkiCon where I drew on the eye or the tentacles on one arm. I just kind of didn't. I decided not to do that because that'd just be too much trouble. Like, gelling my hair up, not with this obviously, but gelling my hair up and then spraying on the purple hairspray. That's just enough trouble for me to deal with. But other things, I said that the wig, like the main things, like in terms of stuff I bought was like the wig and the cosplay. Not the only things that I bought though. I got this. This is fun. This was at one of the I forgot which one. I think I have their card somewhere. Yeah. But this is like their only copy. This is their only copy that they had there, and the guy's just like, yeah, that was my only copy. But I was just thinking like somebody's gonna buy it, right? He wasn't wrong. Oh, so that's fun. That's the thing. That's the thing about it's kind of interesting with how my tastes are, because sometimes I talk about how it's like I want. Some people talk about how it's like they want good rounded stories and voice acting and all that thing. With RWBY, it's like RWBY is one of those things where it's like what you get. It's like it's good for what it is, for what we got, because it's like on the one hand, Rooster Teeth doesn't. I don't know their budget, but it's not Pixar budget. Like they're not Pixar level kind of people, right? And meanwhile, they're also making other stuff. So the fact that it's like we got this animated show, and it's like and they have an art style enough so like not everything is too completely uncanny valley. It's like it's pretty surprising, and it's got an interesting lore, and it's got an interesting lore and like a universe to explore with that. While the show itself, yeah, it delves in pretty cliched stuff and just that kind of thing. but it sets up characters, it sets up character designs, and it sets up a world, which sometimes is enough to get people hooked. If in terms of that, so it's like, that's enough to spark, people spark people to inspire people to write fanfics. So at the very and draw art at the very least. One is hoping that like we can actually kind of get into some sort of plot with Volume 2, but either way, I'm still going to enjoy the show. Unless they completely do something off the rails stupid. Not going to name names since I already have, but whatever. Other things, basically when it comes with me and cons, is that I don't go for panels. What I do go for is mostly the shopping, and possibly getting autographs, and also cosplayers, because cosplayers are awesome people. And at AkiCon I got Monica Rial's. I realized that I was walking. I brought with my box set of Soul Eater, and I realized that Monica Rial was Tsubaki. While I was at AkiCon, I probably should have known that. I also probably should have known that she was also other stuff that I watched, but still. But I got Monica Rial as Tsubaki. She's such a sweetheart. But there were three cast members from the English dub of Soul Eater at the con, and I got all three of them. Like the first day, sitting and standing in line to get Leia Clark's signature, and Leia Clark was Blair. One of those characters that I really wish was more explored in the show. And apparently, I don't think she's really all that explored in the manga. Because it's like, okay, so you set up this magical cat who is powerful enough to A, shapeshift into a human form, or vice versa, and B, has lots of magical power. Like, this is the person who wiped out Soul and Maka, like, multiple times before they finally got her, and somehow did not die when they did. Like, and then for the rest of the show, she's just fan service most of the time. So it's like, really, you got nothing to do with a magically powerful cat girl, really? Sometimes it's like, sometimes it's not the perfect things that really capture your interest, because sometimes it's just fun to bitch about something. So I got Leia Clark, and I got a picture with her. Really nice, and it's interesting how because so now I have this signatures of 2 men and 2 women, and it's really interesting to notice the difference. Granted, it's like I also have Vic Mignogna's autograph and Steve Bloom's autograph, and yeah, that's fun. I thought I was kind of done with after getting Steve Bloom and Vic Mignogna. I thought I would be done with the 4-hour waits for autographs. Not so much with the Todd Habercorn line, but that's out of order. I got Chuck Hoover that was there. Chuck Hoover was the last he was announced after they had already made the booklets, the itinerary booklets. So it's he was just a new person to show up in there. Chuck Hoover is Professor Stein in Soul Eater, and he's the voice of Austria in Hetalia. Really fun guy actually, and it was kind of sad to realize that I did not take a picture with him. Oh well. And then I got Todd Habercorn's autograph. Because Death the Kid, that was he was a great character. It was just so much fun. Because he could be badass and just such a stupid dork. And actually, I was almost tempted to have him sign from one asymmetrical piece of garbage to another. And then it's oh no, asymmetrical gem, right? and I got pictures with him. So because it was that point where it's like they told us that you could only take pictures like when they're signing stuff. So we had my girlfriend grabbed my phone and started taking, and then took 3 pictures. That was fun. So yeah, my quest to get people's autographs is fun. Of course, now I'm wondering if it's like if I should get Vic Mignogna's autograph on this thing again, like, you know, have it right next to Chuck Hoover's or something. Oh man, just fun. Also, apparently, while I was over there, my mom, like, there was like a, not really SakuraCon related, but it happened while I was over there. So apparently, like, I read the Hunger Games, like the first book, and then my mom asked me if like there was like a book fair or something. So my mom asked me if I had the other books, and I was like, no. And she's like, do you want them? I'm like, sure. So yeah, I have those 2 now, Catching Fire and Mockingjay. If I'll get around to reading them, I'm not really sure. I didn't hate the first book. There was, you know, some things to like and discuss about, and some things to nitpick and discuss about, that kind of thing. So at the very least, like, while I'm not crazy about it, it's still fun to talk about. So there's that. Yeah. Didn't get a plushie, though. Didn't get plushies, didn't get any mangas because I haven't been reading my manga. Like, I'm up to, like, up to 21 in Negima, and I still haven't continued for a few months now. But yeah. So yeah, just some meetings, you know, meeting some people, seeing some great cosplayers. I actually saw like two people cosplay. I have no idea how to pronounce this character's name now. It's the Lon Lon Ranch girl from Ocarina of Time. I've heard Malon or Malon or Malon. I kind of pronounced it as Malone. That's me. So like Malone. I was actually really surprised to see like 2, actually not just 1, but like 2 cosplayers like there, maybe 3, I don't know. But it's like that's one of those things where it's like, you know, I don't know, maybe I'd be like, no, that'd be kind of fun if I actually saw like people cosplay Malone, and then it's like right when we walk in the freaking door of the convention center, and there they are. You know, like hanging, like with the link, you know, getting up their cosplay and stuff, and it's like we're getting in. Remember, he's getting in line at the cafe. I'm like, I'm gonna take a picture now, because I'm really loving Ocarina of Time. So yeah, hopefully within the next few days, well, I can get some work done aside, like on maybe some video ideas, like either editing, you know, finishing editing a video or scripts or whatever, and then like the person I commissioned the cosplay from will like email me and then ask for measurements, and then like within 4 weeks I would have my Chihiro cosplay. So yeah, fun things, and hopefully more fun things next time around if we get to go again. And hopefully by then I would actually have some sort of, you know, income, so I have more money to work with, so I don't have to worry too much about gas and food. All right. So great. So it was a good weekend.